What's going on, everyone? So today we're going to take a look at Holochain. So first off, let's just look at the overall market right now. Bitcoin 59 plus K. Looks like the market is doing quite well. ETH 1.9. And for the most part, seems like we are looking at the green sea right here. And let's just go ahead. Let's go search over here and look up Holochain. So I'll just type in HOT. We got Holo showing up right here. And right now, here is Holo. So the current price today is 1 cent, or essentially 0.0182. And historically, Holo has been doing numbers. All right, look at this. So for the most part, it's basically been chilling for pretty much up until end of February, and now you see this massive spike in price. So we'll actually hop over to TradingView in a second just to take a look at the charts. But just some fun facts. Market cap today, 3 bill. Fully diluted, 3.2 bill. The actual circulating supply is 169 billion. And then the total supply is 177 bill. So for the most part, the market cap is already in the multi-billions. We're actually ranked number 39 right now. And for this to rank into the top 10, I mean, just look at the current top 10 today, the market cap, and then that's basically the increase of the price for that to rank there. So at least right now, let me pull up the top 10. Let's just take a look really quick. So number 10, it's 13 bill. So looking back here, Holochain, ideally, if it were to pretty much maybe 5x, yeah, a little bit over 4 or 5x, then they'll put it at basically a 15 plus bill. And at today's prices, that would be top 10. So is that going to happen anytime soon? We'll have to wait and see. But just remember, this video is for entertainment purposes only. This is not financial advice. Be sure to do your own research before making any investments. But here, let's just actually take a look right now. Let's look at this chart. So just zooming out, I mean, look at this. I'll shrink this even more because this spike was actually quite crazy. But so here, pretty much we can see it's 0.018. And just look at this low point right here. Let's just go at this measure point and just raise this all the way up to the high, and we can see that 640+% gain at the current price right now, 500+%. And for the most part, we've been maintaining position above the 50 MA since pretty much the March 26th. So I'm using the 1 hour chart right now. So essentially it was trading sideways starting around like March 14th-ish, give or take, and then pretty much it was undecided for the bit. Basically just hovering on the 50 MA, then all of a sudden right here we see the spike, and now we are up basically, looks like 158+%. So not too crazy, but still for the short time frame, that's a pretty big gain. And I feel like not that many people even heard of Holochain before. So I'll show you guys the actual website in just a second. But at least right now, what I think is going to happen, well, usually when you see something increase super quickly, there's usually stuff going on. But just looking right at the chart without looking at any sort of news or anything. But so far, ever since this price spiked up, we basically have been trending upwards, maintaining our position above the 50 MA. And at least today when I'm filming it, it looks like we have not even come close to breaking out of this. So if this were to dip below, though, just do note that there's rarely any support here. So it can free fall back down and maybe even test these areas around this price point here, or even in these areas right here. So the most of the support is within this range right there, because this is pretty much where it trades sideways for quite a bit. So if this were to start downtrending and break below the 50 MA, then yeah, we could see this dip quite a bit. Now in terms of the potential for it to increase, well, I mean, we do have the resistance level. We would have to test this high point again. So, I mean, short term, at least right now, if that were the case, is were to continue to surge up, then, I mean, you're looking at a 14 plus. So, micro gain right now. But at least right now, it seems like that Holochain is making its way up. And we'll have to see in the future how long this maintains, or if this ends up trending upwards for quite a bit, or if it decides to take dip. We'll have to wait and see. But let's just take a look really quick at the website. So I'm on the holo.host site. So if you guys don't know how to get to these sites, basically all these cryptocurrencies on CoinMarketCap, there's a website right here. And you can choose between holochain.org or HoloHost. HoloHost is, I'd say the UI is much cleaner and easier to read. But also you can go to holochain.org too. And then if you want to read the more detailed stuff like the white paper, then definitely go through that. I'm not going to spend that time through here because it's going to take us hours to go through that. But here on the holo.host site, you can just go to learn, and then you'll be led over here. And this just gives you like a general overview. So pretty much here, let's just go right now. So here's Holo, right? And there's different ones they have here. But for instance, Holo right now, it's a distributed peer-to-peer hosting platform for Holochain apps. Now they just call this H apps. Now that's a bridge to the new internet. So essentially, they state that Holo does to the web hosting what Airbnb did to hotels. So anyone can become a host by turning their computer into a source of revenue, getting paid in Holo Fuel, in which you can actually click here and learn more about Holo Fuel for hosting distributed applications. Now, on their holochain.org website, they have this nice intro explanation video showcasing essentially how their technology works. And it's not blockchain, it's much different compared to, I'd say, other cryptocurrencies. But basically, they state the Holo software runs in the background, allocating spare storage and processing power to serve H apps to the legacy web. And then the host will choose what H apps to serve, set their own hosting prices, and manage their own priorities. So this stuff seems quite technical, maybe even more confusing for most people. So if you wanted to deep dive, feel free to check out the white papers. I'm not going to go through every single one, but I'll just go over like the main ones, like Holochain here. So basically here, Holochain is an open source framework for building fully distributed peer-to-peer applications. Now here, they state, the Holochain apps are versatile, resilient, scalable, and thousands of times more efficient than blockchain. So there's no token or mine required, which is definitely an interesting approach here. And the purpose of Holochain is to enable humans to interact with each other by mutual consent to a shared set of rules without relying on any authority to dictate or unilaterally change those rules. So again, when I mentioned earlier, go to their website here and go to holochain.org and then scroll down, and this like 8-minute video explains essentially the difference versus like the traditional way. So feel free to check that out because I don't want to spend too much time deep diving into that stuff because the video will be super long. But basically, this is like a short summary of what they state. And then pretty much the peer-to-peer interaction means you own and control your data with no intermediary, aka Google, Facebook, Uber, etc., that's collecting or selling and or losing it. So that's something interesting approach that they're going towards. And again, there's like Holo Fuel, everything else. And if you want to go, feel free to check in, deep dive through that. And I always like to look at the team just to see who's behind this. But in terms of like the way they described it, they didn't really give too much, I'd say, facts behind them. It's more of just like, cool stuff that like, hey, they bring this strategy to here, or, just sort of like a quick little, I'd say, what's their mission, what they're trying to do. Like, he's passionate for delivering. So there's not really like stats, in terms of like what they did, unless you go click on their LinkedIn and check out their history, which you can go in here and go through every single person if you want to. But for the most part, usually if you look at the founders and then, the developers, it gives you, I'd say, a general idea. The designers, things of that nature doesn't really impact too much of the technology. It's more of just visuals. But definitely, I would say look into the developer team, the co-founders, and then pretty much that'll give you a general overview of what's going on. And then also go to the white paper and check out the super in-depth detail stuff there. So this is just a little quick overview on Holochain, Holo. What do you guys think about Holochain? What are your price predictions? Definitely comment that down below. And also be sure to smash the like button. Hit that subscribe button because I'm posting daily videos on the crypto market, stock market, and just sharing some companies that I see out there in the space. And one last thing, if you guys want to get 2 free stocks valued up to $1,850, then be sure to click the first link in the description below. Sign up for an account, and as long as you deposit a minimum of $100 or more, you will receive 2 free stocks valued up to potentially $1,850. And aside from that, I'll see you in the next one.